Hello everybody. In this video I will teach you how to make rasam, also called as Saaru, which is a simple lentil soup. It's very easy to make and made on a daily basis, and I hope you will make it too and enjoy the soup. So now we move on to I'll show you the ingredients involved and the process of making it on a step-by-step basis. The first thing we need is the lentil or the toor dal. I have about 3 tablespoons of the dal here, which has been boiled in about 2/3 cups of water in a pressure cooker. And there's a separate video showing how to use the pressure cooker to boil this dal. You can take a look at it. So that is the first ingredient, and the second one we come to is the tamarind fruit. There are two ways of doing it. You can either use the tamarind. If you're using the fruit, then use about this much for the fruit and soak it in half a cup of water for about 15-20 minutes. If not, you can use the tamarind paste available in ethnic stores and use about half a teaspoon of that and dissolve that in again half a cup of warm water, and you'll get the tamarind water. You can use this one too. So depending on what you'd like to do, you can go either way. And the next one we have here is a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. And the next one we have here is about 4 teaspoons of the rasam powder. Again, this one you can get it in the ethnic store, and there is another video in this series showing how to make this powder at home. If you are interested, you can take a look at it too. So this is the rasam powder, and this is what we call as the hing or asafoetida, and this is basically what you will get in the ethnic store if you go and buy. And this is about 1/8 of a spoon, and then 1 teaspoon and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And continuing, I'll use 1 Roma tomato and a couple of tablespoons of chopped cilantro. I have not chopped it, but I've just washed this cilantro, so I will chop these two. So these are the 2 other ingredients I will use. So this is the whole list of the ingredients we need to make the soup, and then the next thing is we will go ahead and start making the soup. For that, first I will chop the tomatoes and into, I would say, about not very big, maybe about 1/2 inch piece size. Okay, you can chop that and keep it. So we have 1 Roma tomato, and then these are washed cilantro, so you can chop them too. That's about a couple of tablespoons of that. So we are ready to start with the making of the soup. Okay, now we move on to how to make the soup after I have shown you the ingredients needed. So first thing we do is take the tamarind water which we have soaked and just filter it in. And we should get all the pulp out. Okay, then to this we add the chopped tomatoes we had, and the 4 teaspoons of the rasam powder, and salt, and the turmeric, and the last one, the asafoetida we talked about. So all of these go in there, and then we can give it a stir. So we can give it a stir and put it on the stove at a high point. Now, how long to simmer is the thing we have to remember. If you smell the tamarind water when we just made it, you can smell the tamarind. So, but you need to keep the stove position in the high first, and once it starts to simmer, lower the heat and let it simmer for about 5 minutes or so, till you can feel that the tamarind smell, you don't smell anymore. So let it simmer till then, and then after that we will be adding the boiled lentils, and I will show you how. So I'm going to allow it to come up to a boil and start simmering. Now I can show you that it has started simmering, and it has been simmering for the past 3 minutes or so, and I don't smell that tamarind smell, but I can smell the rasam powder and all the mixture coming in. So that's a good point to start. Now we take this boiled dal and add a cup of water, or first little bit, and then you can just mash it. Actually, I can show you this way. You can just mash it a little bit. So till it becomes thickened water type, and add this. And add the rest of the water too. So totally I have added 1 cup of water, and to this add the chopped cilantro we had. So 2 tablespoons, add that too. And in case you have the curry leaves, if you are available in your area and you have access to it, you can add the curry leaves at this stage. Right now I don't have it, so I didn't add, but that would be another ingredient which would go very well with this soup. After adding these two, then again increase the stove level to high and let it start boil and simmer it for about 10 minutes or so, and you can taste it after that for salt. Adjust the salt, and the soup is ready to eat after that. So now you can see I'm allowing the soup to simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes. And this amount and the recipes I have given, it gives about 2.5 cups of the soup. And other thing I wanted to mention was that the rasam powder I used is homemade, and there's another video again which shows how to make the rasam powder at home. So if you're interested, you can take a look at it and make it yourself, or you can buy from the stores. So with that, and I will also be showing later on how to serve this and how to enjoy the soup. Now that we have finished making the soup, I want to suggest some ways of serving it. So we have the hot soup here, and one way is to just take the pot and with the tomatoes and the cilantro, and you can drink it hot. That's one way of doing it. Or another way would be to eat the rasam with the rice. You can mix it with rice and eat hot rice and hot rasam. And if you don't want to have rice, you can even have it with quinoa. You can substitute quinoa for the rice. And these are some typical ways of enjoying this rasam, and I hope you make it and enjoy it. Thank you for watching this video.